Top places to meet women that's not a dating app. Bookshops, co-working spaces, fitness classes, during the day, acting classes, dog parks, volunteering events, networking events, art exhibitions, the beach, supermarkets, arts markets, bars and nightclubs, coffee shops, through friends. Let me know if I've missed any, comment below.
To my husband Simon Halls and our 3 kids.
Men are too afraid to urine, so I'll set an example. First, fall to your knees. Second, declare your love. I would love you in every single lifetime. I would give you my everything without a second thought. Your every desire is my life's purpose. If you asked for my life, I would give it to you. 'Cause it's nothing to me without you. If I can do anything to make you happy, you say the word, and it will be done.
There are guys out there that have never asked a girl out for their number. I was having this conversation with my homies and they basically ended up telling me that they have never, and I mean never, asked a girl for their number. But after hearing the reason as to why they never did, it actually makes sense. A lot of times on social media, you see the types of videos where a guy walks up to a girl and asks for her number and calls her pretty, says all these beautiful things about her, then gets a response of absolute horror. Now truly imagine for a moment you walking up to a beautiful young lady and you asking for her name, then you giving her a compliment. You give your name, of course, and then she just sits there like this. Then starts screaming for help or starts running away. What is that even type of reaction? I understand why guys don't even ask for numbers nowadays because I've seen it on social media. Thankfully, that has never happened to me, but Jesus Christ, I would be scared shitless if I ever saw that.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video. These modern women think that a man is supposed to want what she wants. I say the plan, I announce it, you're supposed to want it too, right? If your vision is different from mine, then you must not really even like me. You gotta be exactly like.
Here's the thing, y'all. When a man is secure, he's confident, and he likes spending time by himself, that's a dangerous combination for a woman. Why? Because women want to feel like the guy that they're into is into them. And this type of guy don't provide that type of security, at least not for a while. So that makes her want to do more, to say more, to get in contact more, to start building a sense of security with this guy. And because of that, women tend to feel like they're begging for this man's attention simply because he like being by himself. He ain't pressed to speak to you. He's aloof. There's a sense of mystery. And so the woman that may be involved with this guy is like, I'm going out of my way for this man to see me and he don't see me.
And you sit up here and listen to these modern women talk about how they can't find a good man. Up to a singles event, can't seem to find a man. It's just figment of my imagination. It's like Sasquatch. It's like Bigfoot. He doesn't exist. There are sightings, but the Loch Ness Monster. That's exactly what he is. I cannot find him. But then y'all go out here and disrespect the man, talk trash about the man, and then y'all get confused. Well, he's not showing up to singles event. He's not showing up to singles event. I can't really find a man to talk to me in the gym. Man, I go to the church, man. I go to the grocery store. I'm up here at the gas station at 6 a.m. creeping on men. I'm at Home Depot peeking around the corner creeping on men. Can't find anybody. It's not a mystery. It's just that you run your mouth too much. Now, men.
When a man starts to lose interest, he'll make it seem like he's still interested in you. He'll tell you he loves you. He'll tell you that his feelings are still the same, but now he's going through some stuff in his head, so he just can't give you as much time as before. He can't give you as much effort as before. Because remember, he used to text you first, reply quickly, flirt all the time. He'd give you a cute nickname, and that was what he called you. He was kind and patient and told you how much he loved you whenever he had the chance. And you got attached to him, and you think he still likes you because he tells you he likes you. But now he barely texts, barely replies, barely calls. And it's not the same. He treats you differently. And he pulls back a little more and gives you a little less and less. When a guy loses interest in you, he just pulls away slowly, and you will try and figure out what's wrong, but he won't tell you. He'll just keep pulling away until you finally have to make a decision. When you finally walk away, you become the villain. And he's fine with the decision deep down, but he's not okay with the way he treated you. And so he justifies it by making you the bad guy.
Okay, y'all, so I just went on a date with a white man. So his status, he is 6'3", he is 40, no kids. And he works in professional sporting. So we went to this place called First Watch. It is in Westport, Kansas City. It is a breakfast, brunch, and lunch place. And we had, really good conversation. We both have a lot of experience in the service industry and hospitality, so we connected with that. The conversation was just so good, y'all. I was giggling, showing my big white teeth, Lord Jesus. And I just noticed something different from when like an African American man like gets your number, and then like for a Caucasian man or a man of a different race gets your number. Like for those of a different race, like they ask you for a date immediately. A black man, he drags it out.
Modern women have this thing to where they're expecting you to do it like they want you to do it, exactly how they want you to do it. It's almost like a performance review. You know what I mean? A performance review. So, and I understand, you have to talk to people and communicate with them. I get it. I understand it. I'm all for it. But modern women, the way they be treating you, it's almost like they think that they're your supervisor. Like they own you. Like you're the employee, they're the boss. That's the way they treat you. Like you don't know anything. You don't know what you're doing. Anything that might be coming out of your mouth hasn't been well thought out, hasn't been planned out. You're an idiot. You're a psychopath. You're aloof. You're obtuse. All of that.
You think this is normal? You work all day and then hide out here instead of being inside.
I wonder why being yelled at like that when he just wants a minute to himself or peace. If you're so bothered with him being out in the garage, why not make the home inside peaceful? Be nice to him, be kind to him, love him, respect him. The basics. And then maybe he'll want to be inside. He might still need a few minutes of decompression time to himself before he comes in, but it would probably be a lot less often.
There's a phase every man hits. Nothing excites him anymore. No parties, no girls, no pointless distractions. It's not depression, it's maturity. A man wakes up one day and realizes he's tired of wasting energy on people who don't care and habits that don't build him. His priorities shift, his vision sharpens, and the things that used to entertain him start to feel childish. All he wants is money, a loyal family, and his peace. Not because he's boring, but because he finally understands what actually matters. He wants to build, not impress. He wants depth, not attention. He wants stability, not chaos. This phase turns boys into men. It kills the ego and strengthens the mission. It isolates you just enough to force growth. And the men who embrace this shift become unstoppable. Because once a man falls in love with peace, he stops negotiating with anything that threatens it. He stops chasing temporary highs. He starts building permanent foundations. And he becomes the kind of man his future family will depend on.
And a lot of these modern women, they'll sit up here and watch a man do the things that he's supposed to be doing, act like he's supposed to be acting, and take it for granted. Fumble them, straight up. Just fumble. They try to make it seem like he's the problem. He's the one doing things that he did this, or he was this, and this. No, you're the problem. You have the issue, and it's time for you to start taking accountability for you fumbling a good man. Plain and simple, man. I did this. I talked to him this way. I was acting silly, had a bad attitude. I wouldn't dress appropriately. I was posting pictures I probably shouldn't have posted. And he got tired of it. He told me this multiple times. He reasoned with me. He sat down and explained things to me. And yet and still continue to do what I wanted to do. And so he left. We couldn't come to agreement, which really means I couldn't stop doing silly stuff.
Women were looking for what's admirable about this man. Like the question at the top of the head instead of what's wrong with him. What do I admire about him? What do I admire about him? What do I admire about him? Like a treasure hunt, looking for what there is about this person to admire. Even when there's a lot to not like, you can end up admiring them. I really admire that person. And so in answer to your question, the struggle comes from we're paying attention to the wrong thing. We're trying to be loved by being whatever we think will make them love us, on top of they already love us. And then we think we're dealing with a kind of woman that we can, if we just criticize them enough, they'll act right. And women criticize men because criticism changes women. We have almost no protection against criticism. If we're not engaged in admiring and respecting and liking ourselves, we'll be slayed by criticism. We will change from criticism. We think men are the same. And so we criticize them as a way to get them to change. And when they don't change, we think they didn't change because they don't love us. That's not why they didn't change. It's because they have a completely different relationship to criticism.
I think it's funny because modern women, they want a man to lead, but then they don't want him to lead. Like they want him to provide, but don't be the sole provider. You know what I mean? Like it gets real confusing because you're never really ever sure exactly what they want. And so if men have to like continue to like try to guess what you want, how is that appealing? You could be out here giving somebody your money and they'd be like, so what is it that you actually want? I would love to do business with you, but what is it that you're actually looking for? And I think that's what most men struggle with. They don't actually know what a woman wants. These modern women. It used to be that you can get a read on what they're looking for, but nowadays it's a little bit more difficult.
Good men do not cheat because they love. They cheat because the environment at home stopped feeling like somewhere they wanted to be. And I am not talking about cooking or cleaning or any of the surface level things. I am talking about energy. Whether she still seems like she actually wants him there, whether he comes home to warmth or to a running tally of everything he has done wrong. A man who comes home to genuine peace and desire and the feeling of being actually wanted stays, not out of obligation, out of genuine contentment. The loyalty does not live in the promise. It lives in the reality you create together every day. When that reality becomes cold and exhausting and critical, the loyalty does not break all at once. It just quietly stops feeling worth protecting.
I think we have to start realizing that, when we talk about dating events and singles mixers and stuff like that, and men ain't showing up, maybe that's a sign. If you promote, and all of the women show up, but all of the men decide not to, for whatever reason, why is nobody stepping back to ask, now why aren't the men coming? Why aren't the men here? Man, we tried to do pickleball, they didn't come. We tried to do basketball, they didn't come. They'll come for football though. It looks like they didn't come for football. Maybe we need to start reaching out and asking, why aren't you guys coming? I mean, we had a night where we watched a football game and we had wings. We did the fight night. We did baseball. I mean, why are you guys not coming out? We're trying to do things that cater to you. And they'll tell you. And whenever they tell you, listen. Matter of fact, you don't even have to ask. You can just go in a comment section and see what men are upset about and what they're worried about, what they're concerned about. But do you think that people listen to men and what they be talking about? No.
Be wondering why you I asked you for food, you huffed and puffed. Can I get
For what it's worth, I'm finally starting to understand the sense of humor that certain women have. But back to the topic at hand, what do you mean he huffed and puffed? How many things are you asking for? Because people only get to that point when you continuously ask for something. 9 times out of 10, he's overstimulated because your ass keep asking for it. How many things does one person need? You ever sat back and considered, you know what? I've been asking for something every day since I've met him. Maybe I need to take a step back. Maybe I need to chill. Because maybe I'm starting to come off like a beg. Ain't got no money to my name and no motion, nothing going on. And he is starting to get fed up with that. It's starting to get really annoying. All I'm putting on the table, and at this point, if he's like that, if he's that I deem to be valuable, I'm sure other women deem him to be valuable. So maybe, just maybe, he's frustrated with me. And I should just stop asking for it and just allow things to flow naturally. Y'all keep the change.
The devil hates a happy marriage. Let's just say it out loud. He hates a wife who supports her husband. He hates a husband who is trying to do the right things. He wants divorce. He wants single motherhood. He wants a home with no father figure. Because when the father is removed, the whole house becomes easier to attack. The wife becomes more vulnerable. And the enemy knows that a strong, united marriage builds strong, united families. So wives, our prayers over our husbands are so much more than keeping him safe on the drive or at work. We are praying over the calling on his life. We are praying over his strength, his clarity, his leadership, his spirit. We are covering our home through him, because when he stands strong, the whole house stands stronger. The enemy wants weakness. He wants distance. He wants cold marriages and tired hearts. But he cannot have your home. Not when you pray, not when you fight spiritually, not when you go to war for the man you married. So tonight, lift him up. Speak life over him, because your marriage is worth protecting, and the devil knows it.
And I think another thing that, kind of confuses men is that a lot of these modern women have a whole checklist of the things that they need you to do. They have a whole checklist of the things that they want you to do. And then when you meet those things, or you're pretty well through that list, like you're checking maybe not every box because nobody's perfect, but a good majority of the boxes. She'll say something like, well, I mean, sometimes she don't even say anything. She just acts disappointed, like, okay, is that it? What else do you have? Like, I expect more out of my man. You know what I mean? And then when he asks, she's like, oh yeah, you're doing great, but I know my friends would do, or my dad would do, or my grandpa, or I've heard stories and tales of my great-great-grandpa, who I never even knew, doing this for my great-great-great-grandmother. So I need you to treat me like that. That's a myth. He never did that. If you go back to her and you ask her actually you can't ask her, because she passed away. Your mother's lying to you. That's a myth.
Never move into a woman's career. We're going to go elite game. Always have your own. The minute it go wrong, you can get your out. I ain't seen it not go like that yet. I'm talking about friends, me, family, guys I coached on the internet. I ain't seen it white, black. The minute it feel like whatever, get your out. And you don't want to be being treated like that. You have an issue, you got to go stay outside. You got to go stay in the hotel. Nah, man, and I hate to even make it seem like this some generalized, but I haven't seen different. Women tend to get a little bit more spunky and a little bit more dominant when you in their space. I always strive to get your own as a man. You coming in and growing up and you coming into adulthood, your priority is to get you a stable income, get you some transportation, and get you somewhere to lay your head. I don't know if it's a studio apartment. Get that and take pride in that. Don't move in with no woman. Don't move into no woman's spot, bro, because I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be good. Generally, women like you to be thriving in your own. as a man. They want to see you in your element, thriving, doing your own thing, standing on your 2 feet. Generally speaking, women admire that in men. Any woman who's trying to get you to come out of your element, come out of your domain, come out of your sanctuary that you built, come out of your kingdom and to come into hers and to move into hers, something ain't right. Women generally respect and admire men who've built their thing, regardless if it's a studio apartment or 1-bedroom apartment or house or whatever. Women like to see men thriving in their element that they've built. That turns them on. They respect and admire that. And any woman trying to take you out of that and not trying to come into your space or coexist in your space, if she's trying to take you out of that space to go into her space, she don't got a good intentions.
Let me tell you something. You modern women got a man showing up for you for years, doing your bidding, fighting off these other men that be dogging you out, simping for you, ungrateful, pretty much buy you anything that you want as long as he can afford it, and it ain't gonna put him out. That ain't the man that you want. Show up for you, be on the phone with you, gotta go to work early in the morning, gotta get up and go to the gym, need to be grocery shopping, on the phone with you. Had a business meeting, because some of these men are missing business opportunities. And you might sit up here and say, oh man, he an idiot for that. Maybe so. But he's trying to invest in you. And this is what men are trying not to do. See, I have this opportunity, but I'm trying to give you my time. And when y'all continue to waste a man's time, he says, you know what? I'm not missing no more opportunity. Well, you shouldn't in the first place. Exactly. But I did it because I thought you was going to be a good investment. And now that I know for sure, with 100% certainty, that you as a modern woman are not going to be a good investment, I'm going to be taking the business meeting every single.
If my woman cheats on me, yes, I'm walking away. Do you know why? Because I know I can't deal with that, right?
Okay, so
I'm not going to.
choose a better woman.
I'm not going to stay and get revenge because at the end of the day, all it's going to do is create for everyone. What I'm saying is from a realist point of view rather than an idealistic point of view, right? Men step out on the situation, but how do we come to the resolve, right? Walk away. It's that effing simple.
Just stop it. When you're cheating, you obviously don't value that person, right? Just point blank. Now, whether you're human or not, the basis is you do not value that person. You have no right to teach somebody else your self-worth. I cheated on you. And if you care about yourself, you would leave.
But who's trying to teach you?
And they don't want that.
Situation. You're saying that because I know my self-value and won't allow you to cheat on me.
You a dumb bitch.
I let you cheat on me because I cheated on you. Look, if my girl cheated and tomorrow I choose to go out there, I tell her, okay, we're still going to be together, and I go out tomorrow and cheat on her, that's a choice that I made. It doesn't relieve me of the accountability of the choice.
She is not cheating and say we cheated. If we decided to continue this, we didn't make a decision to break this. You made a choice. Therefore, you have to lie in the consequence. We don't have to lie in the consequence of me teaching you about your self-worth.
And a lot of these modern women, after they get tired of being strong and independent, they want to get mad at a man because he don't step in and he don't drag her by her neck to do the things that she once didn't want to do. I'm sorry. You told me that you didn't want that to happen. Well, stay out of my way. I ain't never gonna let a man tell me what to do. But now that you're tired of carrying a load, you just want that man. See, what they think men are doing is they think that think about it like the NFL, right? Where very few people get a chance. And so if one go, like you just got one waiting for that man to go down. I'm just waiting for my chance. That man don't even got to go down. Just switch me in. Just give me a chance. You go out there, you get burnt. Coach sit you down. Okay, coach, I'm ready to go. I'm really ready. Not even the next game. You ready to go in the next drive. After you got burnt, coach, that was my first time in. Put me back out there again. They think that men are that desperate to date them. That's why they think, oh man, I can always get a man like that. No. How many times, let me say this, how many times do you see an all-star? Because that's what y'all are looking for. How many times do y'all see an all-star begging to get back out there. Nope. He's not going to do it. He will go to another team. Because I have that cachet. I can do that. Oh, you don't want to play me? Oh, you want to sit me down? You don't have but a hand, and you might call it a diva, and I can't argue with you. But you ain't got but a handful of times to do that. In the middle of the season, I'm requesting a trade. Kevin Durant requested a trade. Hey, all-star athlete requested a trade, and it's gonna be granted. It's gonna be granted. So y'all thinking that y'all gonna have this bench of all-stars that when one go down, the next one up.
What'd you say about what I asked you?
I said it's my day off.
Yeah?
Off to a TJ Maxx, from the mall, get coffee, go look at this, go look at that.
And I don't see anything wrong with any of those things. It's fun.
Nothing about that is fun.
But you love me. But you love me.
Yeah, that man spends all week at a job doing things for somebody else that he doesn't want to do. And then on weekends, he gets to also do things for somebody else that he doesn't want to do. I mean, I get his point. He's saying it's not very fun because it isn't. But one thing about these men that are good men in a relationship with you, he wants to make you happy. So he's going to end up doing the things with you. But these men also, they really deserve a partner that also considers what they want to do. So they're not trying to make this man spend all day doing only the things that they want to do. And you know in that relationship what your man wants to do, what he enjoys doing, what he finds relaxing. I think it's so important to be able to reciprocate that sort of time and initiate it. Like ask him, hey, why don't you go do this? You know, like we're not doing anything. Maybe we can run some errands in the morning that I need to run and you can come with me. But in the afternoon, how about, you go fishing or you play your game or whatever it is that your man enjoys, because that's when he will feel like he can actually take that up without feeling like he's making you unhappy by doing that. If you can do that, that man is going to be a happy man in that relationship.
I'll tell you where all the strong masculine guys are. They're in places that have purpose as a key focus. Gyms that have a culture where people are really serious about training. Martial arts, CrossFit. These guys invest in their body. Discipline matters to them. They're where money is made. Finance conferences, entrepreneur groups, investment talks. These guys care about growing their money because they want to build something for themselves long term. They're interested in hobbies that focus on mastery, and it could be sailing, dirt biking, shooting, hunting, ultra running. It's pretty wide ranging. A masculine guy is drawn to skill, to improving his confidence, to risk management. They're part of organizations that improve their leadership. Think mentorship groups, alumni groups, charity boards, men's groups, and they're out there living their life, but they're doing so intentionally at airports and bookstores and hardware stores and farmers markets. They're not hiding inside. Now I know what you're gonna say, Chris, I don't like any of those things. Yeah, that's why the question where are all the good men is so common. You aren't where they are naturally. Don't worry, he still needs to go out and get his groceries and still go for dinner with his buddies. The key thing there is that meeting him isn't about going to the right places. It's making sure that when you do cross paths with him, you're showing up in a way that lets him approach you. He will approach you, but only if you feel open and receptive to him. He's got to feel welcome, not that it's risky. And that's what you should be working on, not figuring out how to get in with him and his finance buddies.
I literally just went to my ex-husband's house because I had to drop off our son's Easter basket. And the first thing my ex-husband said was, "What the f*** are you wearing, Randy?" I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Seriously, what the f*** are you wearing?" I thought I looked cute, but now I'm gonna go home and I'm going to second guess my life choices and the real reason why he divorced me.
If a woman has been single for like 2 years or more, people look at her and think, maybe she's just too picky. Maybe she's just too difficult. Maybe she's just too much. No, let me tell you why she's single. She's single because she's been through enough to know exactly what it looks like when a man is wasting her time, and she'd rather be alone than to have to go through that. You see, people think that being single for a long time just means you can't find anyone. No, she's found plenty of guys. She just stopped lying to herself about who these guys really were. She stopped believing their words and started looking at their actions. She stopped giving second chances to men who simply didn't deserve the first one. And most importantly, she stopped lowering her standards just to make somebody else comfortable. And honestly, I think that scares the hell out of so many guys, because how can you manipulate someone who doesn't give a about being alone? You can't breadcrumb a woman who doesn't need your attention to feel good about herself. You can't play hot and cold with someone who doesn't play along. Say whatever you want, but that's not a woman that's hard to love. That's a woman who learned what she's worth, and she's not lowering that for anybody. So if you are that woman who's been single for a long time and people keep asking you like, oh, what's wrong? Nothing is wrong, okay?
Oh my God, you don't have a Valentine? Oh, would you like to know why? Because men yearn. Where the are the yearners? I need a yearner. I need you to need me like oxygen. I need you to be like, oh baby, I can't even breathe, baby. Like, I need you to need me bad. Because I need you bad. I'm a yearner. I don't ask for something that I'm not going to give you. I'm a yearner. I'm a real yearner. I'm proud of it. But where the are y'all at? I'm looking.
Respect isn't given because you ask for it. It's built because you set the standard. So here's some ways that you can build respect with your boss, with your partner, with your friendships. If people are used to you letting them walk all over you or show up to a meeting 15, 30 minutes late, they're always going to do that habit. So you almost want to train people how to treat you, and that will set your standard for how people engage with you. For me, if somebody's 5 minutes late to a call, I'll simply hang up. I'll send a quick text and say, hey, seems like you were too busy. Let's reschedule. I don't jump back on the line. And the reason I don't jump back on the line is because that signals to them that they can be late for me and for my time without having any consequences. So I do this in my life a lot simply because I have partnerships, I have staff, and I have children. And so when you're reading the parenting book, it's actually funny because people need to really read a book on how adults should treat other adults. So not only is it the showing up late to the meeting, it's maybe paying your invoice late. I hate this one. I used to have a boss that made me beg for my paycheck every month. While he was out jet setting and doing all the things, I had to send at least 5, 6, 7 reminders of please pay me. So that's another way that you can really set the standard and set yourself up for failure if you're not expecting to get paid on time. Invoices should be paid without a reminder. Meetings should be showed up to on time without a reminder and without a 10-minute grace period.
This one might get me into a lot of trouble, but if you as a woman think that saying, where are all the good men? Or good men are few and far between, good luck finding one. If you think that will help your cause, as if it brings you closer to finding a good man, it will actually do the exact opposite. Because when a good man hears a woman saying this, it only confirms to him that she is not so unlucky that she's never run across a good man. It's that she doesn't value the good men that she's run across. But here she is playing victim, which really, really, really annoys him.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road look rough ahead and
joke is on me. I knew you were trouble when you want. Oh, shame on me now. Prove me to places I've never been. Till you put me down.
If she has daughters, they're gonna end up exactly like her. Trust, fucking ran through, and just for the streets, trust. Bad decisions after fucking bad decisions. Stay woke in the streets, big burn.
I'm on a girls' trip and my husband calls me every hour. Yeah, I let the dogs out. That's good, baby. Yeah, Hadley peed and pooped. Oh, that's good, baby. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, love you. Okay, bye, baby. FaceTimes again. Hey, I'm ordering dinner. That's good, baby. Every time. Just keep amping him. That's good, baby. Leave me alone, baby.
You know, I feel bad for the husband, the fact that his wife is disrespecting him on social media like that. But as men, we gotta hold each other accountable. Why are you letting your woman go on girl trips? If she constantly feels the need to escape, she's not that into you, bro. Women who are truly in love with you are like obsessed. They want to spend more time with you, not less. So if she constantly feels the need to de-stress, you gotta send her back to the streets, bro.
There's quite literally nothing that aggravates me more than the amount of men that I see on the New York City subway that do not stop to help women at all. I will see women struggling with literally like 60-pound strollers. They have a baby on their arm. I will literally sit there and I'll wait and I'll be like, okay, let's see how long it's gonna be. Some man obviously has to see.
Hey guys, so you saw somebody that needed help and you didn't help them? Why didn't you help them? Women are just as capable as men, right? Women say they don't need men in any capacity. Help your sister out. Why are you watching that?
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but your friends actually determined the man you end up with because your friends will normalize certain behaviors with men. You probably heard that saying that you become most like the people you spend the most time with, but there's actually a lot of psychology to support that statement. You have mirror neurons, which subconsciously mirror the people around you. If your friends are constantly saying, oh, he didn't text me back, oh, I'm gonna give him another chance, he's just busy. Maybe you hear it and you know, oh my God, that's such shit. You're still internalizing it. And eventually it's going to impact the way that you allow men to treat you. That's why advice that's given to people who want to be successful is to literally hang around wealthy people because the way that they act rubs off on you. There's been so many studies to support this. It's the same way in your dating life. This is why I am a big advocate for keeping a small circle. Ruthlessly cut out people in your life who aren't making you a better version of yourself. No apologies needed.
Do you think it's a surplus of good men? Because let me tell you, it's not.
It is.
It's not. It's not.
Y'all know what y'all called them? Y'all called them lames.
They do be lame.
No, see? The reality is that y'all wanted the dope boys. I see women today, they don't even like guys that got regular jobs no more. And then you want to complain about your health care coverage. Stop dating these women based off of where they are. Because you're going to be much greater than you are right now. Find women based off of where you're going. When you're dealing with a woman and you basing your standards off of where you are, you will take anything. You'll take her based off of what she look like. She not built for the rooms that you're going to be in. And so what that means for the women is that y'all got to get y'all game together. Because the guys that y'all call lame, they not going to be lame for the rest of their life. They're going to be some of the most phenomenal dudes. They're going to be the ones that create the companies. They're going to be the ones that got the benefits. And they're going to be the ones y'all going to want to take care of y'all badass kids.
You want to know why men over 40 don't date? I'll tell you why. It's because society raised women to commit to careers, shopping, and hot girl summers, and not husbands. And now the men who were once ignored, rejected, and overlooked are watching rebellion backfire and choosing peace over problems. Let's get one thing straight. This ain't about men being better. This ain't about men being weak. This is about men getting wise, men protecting their peace, and men finally realizing what marriage really costs when you choose a woman who ain't built for order, purpose, or submission. And if you're one of those women ready to say, well, maybe he just can't handle a strong woman, sit tight. Because the truth is, he didn't lose interest in you. He gained clarity. The first reason, here's the part women can't stand. Men are realizing their peace is more valuable than your presence. I'm gonna say that again. Men are realizing their peace is more valuable than your presence. So why invite chaos into a house that's already quiet, clean, and under control? A man with structure doesn't chase drama just because he's lonely. He protects his peace like it's gold.
Can somebody explain something to me, please? I want to know where all of the good men have gone. Where are all of the chivalrous men? Where are they? Because I just went into Circle K with a stroller, right? And there was nobody around except for the guy at the counter. And he's just staring at me as I'm struggling trying to get through the entrance. Struggling. Because there's no like handicapped, push button where it opens. And I'm just like trying to get the stroller in there. And he's just staring at me. And then to top it off, another man walks in as I'm walking out of Circle K, watches me struggle again getting out of Circle K as I'm opening the door and trying to push the stroller through. What is going on? Where have all the good men gone? Where? Why? I just don't understand. There's no like kindness anymore. Where has all the kindness gone? I don't know what to say. You guys have a good day. Hopefully better than mine. Bye!
I love this question. Where are all the good men at? If you're over the age of 35, most of the good men are married. They're in long-term relationships, they have families, and they're doing their thing. But if you're looking for a single good man, most of those men, they're putting their life back together. They're healing. They're healing from a nasty divorce, from a nasty custody case. They're healing from a toxic relationship. They're healing from an abusive relationship. They're healing from being emasculated throughout their entire marriage. That's where the good men are. They're at home. They're finding peace, solitude, healing. They're trying to understand themselves better. They're trying to become better men. They're trying to overcome all of the hardship that their ex-wife put them through. They're not in the dating market right now. They're starting to understand that marriage might not be the best option for them. They're keeping to themselves because of all the damage that's been caused to them by divorce, a toxic relationship, a nasty custody battle. Good men are at home. They're keeping to themselves because of toxic women.
Stop begging from your wife. It is your marriage. Bruce Abbott, certified professional coach, founder of SecureHusband.com and host of the Secure Husband podcast. Look, if you're in a sexless marriage, I know what you're doing right now. You're starving for connection, so you chase, you try harder, you have the talk, you bring up your needs, you try date nights, you try to do more chores, you're hitting the gym, you're trying to fix yourself, you're doing all of these things, bending yourself backwards, and the worst part of all of this is nothing changes. There's a boundary in all of this. Stop over pursuing. Now, this is not to punish her. It's because you respect yourself enough not to beg for intimacy from your wife. See, when you stop chasing, two things are going to happen. Number one, your nervous system calms down. And number two, her nervous system, if you're married to a dismissive, avoidant wife, is going to feel less pressure. And that's going to make it easier for her to come toward you. It doesn't magically fix the bedroom overnight, but it does stop that anxious avoidance spiral that keeps you stuck. I hope this helps. If your marriage is struggling and you need accountability, visit SecureHusband.com. Sign up for a free 30-minute consultation, just a conversation to see if one-on-one coaching might be right for you.
I was laying here in the bed and I was thinking, a relationship cannot survive in an environment where it lacks consideration and it lacks effort. I see a lot of people in relationships, they're the one putting in all the effort, doing all the footwork, trying to communicate better, trying to make it work. They're the one considering this other person's feelings, their needs, what they've been through, all of these things, and it's one-sided. You're in a relationship and you're doing the right thing, but it's so one-sided, that will become exhausting. That will fuel so much resentment. Because you're feeling like you're the only person that is doing everything, that will exhaust you and burn you out, okay? So if you feel like that is what you're experiencing in a relationship, either you tell your partner, you communicate with them so that they can get a clear understanding on not the action, but the emotion. I feel like you don't consider me. I feel like you don't try. I feel like I'm the one that's doing all of these things, and it's hurtful. It makes me sad. It doesn't make me feel loved. It doesn't make me feel appreciated. It doesn't make me feel valued. Not even talking about the actions, just the emotion. I can't love you and treat you the way you want to be loved in these conditions. How are you expecting me to show up and be what you need? And these are the conditions that I'm being loved in. I'm not even being loved. We're just existing. We're basically tolerating each other out of history, out of comfort, out of habit.
A lot of these modern women, what they want is the benefit of a good man. They want the benefit of a traditional man. They want the benefit, all the benefits, that tradition, that the patriarchy, whatever you want to call it. They want all of those benefits, but they don't really respect the man that's giving them those benefits. A lot of these modern women will go out here and still be messing with that. They'll find the dude and still be messing around with other dudes, talking about, I just can't find a man that respects me. Can't find a man that wants me and loves me and sees me for who I am. Can't find him. Well, what about this guy? Yeah, he does respect me. Is he ugly? No, he's not ugly. Is there any chemistry there? Butterflies. You say you're looking for a spark. Is there a spark there? Yeah, there's a spark there, but I'm 25. I'm 25. And I'm not paying attention to that spark right now. I'm trying to go out and create other sparks. Why would you go out and try to create another spark when you have the spark right here? Most people spend a lifetime looking for this type of man. You found him at 25, 26 years old. Some of these women, the privilege of going to college, doing all that they need to do, and really honestly and truly, all that they want to do. Some of these women will be out here beat and racked up a high body count, done everything that you can think of by the time they're 30 years old. Run across a man that would be like, yeah, I know you was wild, but I'm willing to, I don't care about any of that. Well, what's going to happen when men start talking to you about, yeah, I know, but I'm willing to overlook that. It sounds like you're changed. It sounds like you've gone to therapy. It sounds like you're not the same person anymore. Why don't we get together? No, I don't want to do that. Well, I respect you. I'll take you out. I'll do all of these things for you. No, I'm not ready yet. I want to go another 5 years doing all of the things that I want to do. And then, honestly and truly, in about another 5 years, when he's found somebody that has less bodies, respects him, respects what he does for a living, respects his community, respects his family, whole 9 yards. Obviously, she ain't perfect. He ain't perfect, right? They go ahead and get married. And at about 35 years old, he got a 5-year-old. And you sitting up there trying to, freeze your eggs and do all that other nonsense. That's on you.